Today's Starting 9 Challenge is brought to you by DraftKings.
Welcome back to the Starting Lineup Challenge. We're going to be switching things up a little bit today. This is the All-Star Starting Lineup Challenge. We brought out the All-Stars for it. We got Foolish Bailey here with Ryan, Cohen, and Shelfy, who seem to be in some sort of an argument. It's going to be the same rules as always. This time, I'm going to be spinning a wheel for AL or NL. But otherwise, it's going to be the same 3 wheels. 1 wheel for the 2020s, 1 for the 2010s, and 1 for the 2000s.
I am of the belief this is going to be sneaky harder than we think.
Yeah.
Because there are random dudes that start games because of an injury or some other thing, or All-Stars are weird.
Yes. Everybody knows All-Star starters are just the best players at the position that year.
For that full season.
They've never gotten that one wrong.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let me spin the first wheel.
Last 2 Phillies MVPs.
Oh, can you let us know if there's a DH or not?
Yeah.
And then are we doing starting pitcher as well?
No.
No starting pitcher.
We're going to be probably doing a pitching version of this eventually.
Okay.
We've got the American League for our 2020s. Let's see what
That's the
year.
new league.
Classic.
I like the National League.
These kiddos.
1876.
The junior circuit. All right. It is the 2022 American League All-Stars.
See, I know guys on this team, but I don't know if they started.
That's going to be a
This
DH.
is hard.
That's going to be because 2022.
There is a DH.
Yeah.
2022.
Oh, yes, that makes sense. Does right field, center field, left field matter?
No, but outfield.
Yeah.
This might be harder than I think.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Who could have ever predicted?
See, you always do it. You started.
Come on.
You
that wasn't
started.
mean.
The boys are back.
I'm going to start with players I
2022.
know were on the team and just hope that they started.
That's awesome that you know players that were on the team.
Yeah.
I'm not even there yet.
I feel like I'm in a fever dream right now. Because I'm always watching Foolish videos, and now I can hear that voice in real time.
Am I in your fever dreams too?
No, you're not.
22.
2022 American League All-Stars.
This is the day that I met John Boy Media people
Oh, that's fun.
at the event in LA.
This was the All-Star game in L.A.
Shoot.
2022.
Yeah, he gave that one for you.
I did just give that up.
I was semi thinking it was Seattle.
Oh.
Good to know.
God, that was really dumb, right?
Could have been Colorado, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Why'd you yap, bro?
Thank you for that.
That was stupid.
So dumb.
Sorry. God, shut up, Ryan.
What's that other team from the AL East? Those bums.
Ooh, that's
Orioles, Blue
I just thought of
Jays,
something.
Red Sox,
Shoot.
Rays.
The Yankees.
Kapupalapa.
I was forgetting.
Uh-oh.
That was next.
I'm gonna put my board down.
Your Bjork.
You're
I really don't know, man. I don't feel good about this at all.
I'm gonna throw a dart that maybe isn't even actually a dart, but I'm pretty sure he made one All-Star game. It might have been that year.
You want to tell me? My board's done.
No. It's a guy that's actually currently in trade rumors.
Everyone's in trade rumors. Ooh.
Your board's down, brother.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So is his,
Y'all
so
are
we're
reading.
locked.
I don't
My
think
bad.
Cedric Mullins started.
I don't think so
I had the thought
either.
too, yeah.
I don't think so
I had that thought
either.
as well.
I think.
But I wrote it down.
I think.
He
I
might
think
have
we have a
started.
DH playing the outfield in this game.
Oh.
You might be right. That's another good thought. I thought about him too.
We'll
then
see.
I erased him for the other dude.
Alrighty, we're going to start off at catcher. For this one, because you guys all filled it out, I know you all have answers for all the positions. I'm going to ask you to go around and read who you got. Shelfy, who did you write down?
I put Salvi.
Salvi?
Not a bad guess. I put Alejandro Kirk.
That's a good guess. That's
Yasmani Grandal.
All good
White
guesses.
Sox?
But Ryan, Alejandro Kirk
Nice.
Good
is
call.
correct.
as soon as you said it, I feel like I seen him in my
I
head. when
remember that he got one start, and I thought it was there.
I did not remember that whatsoever. Let's switch up the direction. Bailey, who do you got?
I got Vladdy Jr.
I put Vlad.
I also put Vlad.
You are all correct. The
Nice.
starter that year was Vladdy.
We're back.
Okay, Ryan, you go first this time. Who do you got at second base?
I know he's in this game. I don't know if he started it. Andres Jimenez.
Shelfy?
I put Altuve.
And I like
Really?
that better because the
Yeah, I went chalk, Altuve.
Well, you guys are too chalky. The correct answer is
Marcus.
Jimenez.
Wow.
Let's go.
I was thinking Marcus.
Let's
Was
go.
that maybe? What did Marcus
roll
Semien
right
do
now.
that year?
Jimenez turned a nasty double play on Machado up the middle. That's why I remember he was in that game. But I couldn't remember
okay.
if he
I
started.
remember that
21
play.
was the crazy Semien Homer season.
That's what I was thinking about.
22, was he in Texas yet, or did he? Was that not?
I think that was the last Toronto
No,
year.
he's in Texas.
Or
He's in Texas?
Is it the
There
first
was only
Texas
one
year?
Toronto year, I think.
Yeah.
One Toronto year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 21 was the year he went nutso.
Yeah.
All right, Shelf, who do you got as short?
Shortstop. Is Bobby getting the call yet?
I think it's too early for
I think
him.
it's a year early, too, but I couldn't think of anybody else.
Ryko.
I'm pretty sure he's in the league.
I went Tim Anderson.
Tim
good
Anderson.
guess.
Remember when he was the thing?
I went Carlos Correa.
I think that was 19, though.
Once again, Ryan, you're getting 3
Good
points.
call. Good
Tim
call.
Anderson.
Good call.
This is awesome.
For the folks at home, Ryan
thought
was the
that
guy
was
talking
Cleveland.
about how hard
Yeah,
this
that's
was
true,
going
that's
to be.
true.
Maybe I thought Tim Anderson was the
This-
Cleveland
to be
All-Star
fair-
game because Jose Ramirez knocked him out.
That's fair. I remember 2022 pretty decently because I was like with the John Boy Media crew and I was so excited and it was like a big day for me.
Bailey, who do you got a third?
Got Alex Bregman.
Alex Bregman.
I put Hugo.
I went pretty chalk Jose Ramirez.
So did I.
0 points all around. Rafael Devers
raced him. I didn't-
was the starting third baseman.
Damn, that's the first one I felt like actually solid about too.
Jose Ramirez was on the bench. For outfield, rather than having each of you name 3 guys, I'm just going to list it. We're going to see how you did. First off, the guy who had a historically great season, hit 62 home runs that year. We've got Aaron Judge. Everybody got Aaron Judge?
Indeed.
I got Judge.
I have a feeling that Ryan got this one because he already kind of alluded to it. He mentioned that there is a DH in the outfield. Another Yankee. We've got Giancarlo Stanton
Yep.
as the starting left fielder.
No?
Nope.
It was his homecoming. He's from LA.
He won MVP, right?
Yeah, I think he hit the big homer. Yeah.
Really big round. Another 3 for you, Brian.
That's huge.
Huge.
Alrighty, and then we have our center fielder.
I put Mike Trout.
What do you guys have?
I had
I
Cedric
just
Mullins.
assume it's Trout.
0 points all around.
Hurt.
Byron Buxton
Buxton.
actually
Bucks.
got the start that year. Who do you guys have at DH?
Shohei.
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 Shohei is correct. Everybody gets a point.
I had Kyle Tucker written
Wow.
down, too, for some reason.
So a crazy first round for Ryan, coming away with a huge lead to start.
That's awesome.
We're just warming up.
Before we get to the next mystery lineup of the video, I got to thank DraftKings for sponsoring today's trivia content. Baseball season is in full swing. Summer baseball is heating up. The heated rivalries, the drama-filled breakouts, it's all happening, and there's no better time to get in on the action than over at the DraftKings Sportsbook because right now, all new customers who bet just $5 can get $150 in bonus bets with promo code JMBaseball. That's instantly to no win required. So download their app right now, use our promo code JMBaseball, and take advantage of this offer today. Bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Now let's see what All-Star team we're going to try and remember next.
Gonna spin the wheel again for the 2010s.
Who am I forgetting now?
If it ends up being AL again, it's just going to automatically be NL for the last round.
Okay.
Come on.
I kind of want like 2016. Oh, I was at the 2016 game. Give me 2016.
It's going to end up being 16 because
Yeah.
I was at all of these, and you're going to beat me anyway.
we do have the National League
That's
this
why it
time.
means more to me because I remember
I
it.
feel like early intense.
National League 16, please.
I don't know.
Not 16.
Ah,
We've got the 2013
Okay.
National League All-Stars.
I'm writing down all the teams.
Bro, what? I think Marlon Byrd was on the Phillies at this point.
All-Star?
This is like the worst time of
He
my
did
life.
have a good year with the Mets that one year.
What are all the teams?
Do I remember the year that Marlon Byrd was on the Mets? No.
2013.
There is a DH
Okay.
because it was in an American League stadium. No, it was not an American
Yes.
League stadium. Not an American League stadium. Still, there's a DH.
Really?
The starting lineup, there lists a DH.
Okay. That's thrown me off a little. 2013. I remember where this game was played, so that's going to help me a little bit. I remember who started this game pitching. Oh, man, that's a difficult one. I'm going to do that, dude. I'm going to go a little. No. Oof. Yikes.
Where was I in my life in 2013?
13.
I think I graduated high school.
Summer of 2013, I was going into 8th grade.
Ugh.
Okay, I should probably write some names down, right? That's how this game works.
That is how the game works.
There's a DH.
There is a DH, man. I've now looked 2 different places. I made sure I did Wikipedia and I did Baseball Reference. Both have a DH in the starting line.
That's really weird. But okay,
I guess
believe
they,
you. I'm
they
not
didn't
like-
want to risk like a pitcher getting hurt, and they didn't want to have to take out the pitcher in like
Yeah.
the first inning just in case they batted around.
Do the All-Star teams always have a DH?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
It feels weird.
It does.
Dude, I don't know. There's so many names running through my head at every position, but I have a list.
Pretty sure this was the year Everett Cabrera was an All-Star. Maybe that was 2014. I think
You got
it
a
was 14.
stadium
From
for me?
2010 on,
I know what stadium, yeah.
from 2010 on, every All-Star game just had a DH, probably for the sake of injuries or not having to pinch hit your pitcher right away.
That makes sense. I like that. Good for them.
1989 through 2009, it was the home team rule.
Okay, I don't think I did a good here.
Yeah, I'm lacking a DH. I need just a few more seconds.
Everybody's ready?
Yes, sir.
Suppose so.
Hell yeah.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Come on, give me something.
Ryan, you are in the lead. Tell me who your catcher is.
I was splitting hairs between Yachty and Posey, and I went with the prior MVP the year before, and I went with Posey.
Buster Posey. Who else do we got?
I put Molina.
I went McCann.
McCann. Ooh. In 2013, I believe he is still in the National League, but he is not the starter. He's a backup.
Oh,
Tough.
Same with Buster Posey.
Backup. It was Yachty.
Correct answer
Man.
is Yachty
Yachty.
Molina.
I
A
switched it.
big 3 points for Shelfy.
nice.
That's tough.
First base after a big 3 points. Shelfy, who do you got?
I was between a couple guys,
Yeah,
but
me
I
too.
wrote down Joey Votto.
Joey Votto is good.
I also had Votto. Oh, sorry, we're going around.
No, you're good. I
Yeah.
put Goldie.
I had Goldie,
Goldie
at one point.
is on the roster, but not a starter
my God.
because Joey Votto.
This is ugly.
Cut into that lead, boys. Let's
Just a little.
go.
Let's go!
At least my guys are like on the team. Like I can live with that. But
Bailey, who do you got at second?
I went for this was a sneaky hits guy early in his career. I went Starlin Castro.
oh, is he at short though? I think he might be at short.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
When he was a Cub, he was at short. It is not Starlin Castro. Who else do we have?
I don't believe in this, but I went with Omar Infante.
Interesting choice. He did make an All-Star
I know.
game
I
in his
hope it was
career.
this year.
American League, I
And
think.
Shelfie, who do we got?
I put Daniel Murphy.
Daniel
That's
Murphy.
early.
Oh,
We've got zeros.
Oh, is it Ugla?
All around. The correct
I think
answer
it's late
is
on Ugla.
that dude.
Oh,
Brandon
Brandon
Phillips.
Brandon
VP.
Phillips. He was
Yeah,
the
dude,
leadoff
VP.
man for the NL team that year.
big player.
Damn, I'm getting
Infante
shut out.
made it as a Brave, but I want to say he was
It was
like
earlier.
I know Murphy's big year was
a
15.
reserve, though. Like,
And a
not
couple.
a.
He didn't make it that year, did he?
No, not that year. I just can't imagine that the popular vote got Infante.
that's true.
That just
I
doesn't
forget the
feel
voting.
right.
Yeah.
Popular vote got Yachty over Posey.
Dude, the
You
Cardinals
say that
fans.
as if
Yeah,
Yachty
Yachty had a
is
great
I went like
random.
every year.
There's also
Yeah.
a pour over of the Pujols Cardinals era. Dude, Cardinals fans in the mid to late 2000s were crazy.
Well, the Cardinals were great that
They were
year. They
also-
made the
yeah,
World
but-
Series, and it's not like Molina was a new name at
No,
that
sure.
point. People
Posey
knew the
won an
Molinas.
MVP the year before. Anyway, whatever. I'm sure.
I don't know what to tell you. Shortstop, Ryan, who do you got?
Went Tulo.
Shelfie?
Brandon Crawford.
Brandon Crawford.
I went Tulo as well.
Okay.
We've got two Tulos. That is 1 point each.
I'm on the board. That's pretty big.
Third baseman, Bailey, who do you got?
Got David Wright.
David Wright. Ryan?
This game was in New York, so I went with David Wright.
Oh, that's a good thought.
Shelf?
I put Ryan Zimmerman.
Ryan Zimmerman is a good guess, but the logic for the other two is
Yeah.
correct. It was the game at Citi Field where David Wright was the starter.
Yeah, he got the handout, huh?
You
I mean,
bet
it's
yeah.
probably pretty good.
yeah.
I'm gonna look it
Decent
up.
player, Shelf.
Look it up.
Just because he's not a Philly.
Yeah.
He was-
2013, he had a 156 OPS plus.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Probably deserved it, man.
nasty.
But
Yeah,
Zimmerman
I'm just
was
kidding.
good
I love
too.
David Wright.
Zimmerman was a great player.
Moving into the outfield.
I'm nervous.
I'm
here.
going to list these for you
feel
again
good.
so you guys don't have to give me three at a time.
I'm nervous about
Going to
the
start in center field. Not a guy who is typically a center fielder. He's a right fielder for the majority of his career. NL East lifer, two-time MVP, Bryce Harper.
Oh,
Oh, I did not have that.
I didn't put.
Whoa, a 3 on Bryce?
Wow.
I thought the center fielder was a lock.
The other two outfielders have the same first name, which is fun. Got one who, in 2010, I believe he had his best season, was fighting for the Triple Crown, lost out on the MVP to Joey Votto. Got Carlos Gonzalez.
Is this a Carlos Gonzalez, Carlos Gomez year?
It's not Carlos Gomez.
Who's the other Carlos?
Carlos Beltran.
Duh.
Do we have any
I thought,
Gonzalez
he was still getting
or
All-Star
Beltrans?
games?
I got shut out by Matt
too.
Holliday, Andrew McCutcheon.
Yep.
Hutchin wasn't on this team?
I had Stanton. I had
And I had
Braun.
Stanton. I
Braun.
thought about Braun,
Yeah.
the popular vote.
The MVP
Oh yeah, he was unpopular.
Yeah.
did not make it. The other outfielders on the team, Carlos Gomez, you did have.
My friend.
Andrew McCutcheon.
See, Cutchin was on the cover of 12. That's when the Pirates were hot. I put
Cutcheon won the MVP that year.
Yeah.
I put Kutch and Starling Marte on here. I think there was one year they were both on the team.
Well, the other outfielder was Dominic Brown.
Oh,
just
I
for
knew
you.
he was on
Just
the
for
team.
you.
That was the
But the funny
first half
thing,
hero.
2013 NL MVP, we hear it all the time from Dalton, was an argument between Andrew McCutcheon and Paul Goldschmidt. Neither were starters.
That's tough. That's tough. I'm at 1 point on this board.
Alrighty. Tell me who you guys have at your DH.
No way I got this right.
Bailey?
I got Matt Holliday.
Okay.
I put him in the outfield. I put Michael Kadire.
Okay.
Because he was buddies with David Wright.
I think my player is currently with the Athletics at this point in time. I put Cespedes.
Yeah, he's an A.
Yeah.
Well,
a year early on
somehow,
those
Is it
Mets.
Kadire?
some way,
There's no way.
Ryan just took away 3 points.
That's-
Michael Kadire was the DH.
This game is
No,
rigged.
I remember this because David Wright was like the captain of the team because it was in New York and they were boys and he let him play in the home run derby and everyone was like, why is Michael Kadire in the home run derby? But he also won the batting title.
He had a
that year.
great year.
Yeah.
that
Dyer was
year.
a good player.
And then he went to the Mets, was bad, and he did like the chillest move possible.
Just retired.
Retired,
Yeah.
freed up all that money back when the Wilpons like gave out one contract per year.
That is a massive 3 for me.
Good.
wheel,
Relax,
keep on
Tomato.
turning.
Proud Mary, keep on burning. You know what we're doing? We're rolling.
Rolling,
We're rolling.
rolling.
Rolling on the river.
We've got the National League.
Okay.
Rolling.
Padres are in that league.
This is where you clean up, Bailey. This
so.
is
I
your
hope so.
round. We are looking for the 2006 National League All-Stars.
DH or no?
Let's take a look. This is before that rule, so it depends on who is hosting.
This is in an AL ballpark, I'm pretty sure.
2006 is in a National League ballpark.
Sick, I was wrong. So no DH?
No DH.
Big wheels keep on turning. Proud Mary keep on a burning. There are so many first basemen that could be right. I just wrote a name that if it's right, I'm pretty sure it's a 3.
I hope it's not my 3.
Need some outfielders. Good outfield.
2006,
2006.
Vernon Wells.
Not the league I'm looking for.
Ichiro was good in 2006.
He was also. Thank you. That's again.
You just said 2006 good outfielders.
This is all true.
I can't make up my mind on who I want to write in this last outfield spot.
Do you guys like have a catcher? Because I don't know that I can name a catcher from this era. of baseball.
It's kind of a weird era of catching. I feel. There's some generations ending, but one that's not quite begun.
And Pudge like doesn't play in the National League other than like late Nationals. Unless I just gave you something in
Marlins Fudge?
Yeah, that's true. That's earlier, I think.
Yep,
I don't know.
it is.
Take him if you want.
It's a couple years earlier. All right, I just threw a crazy dart that I think is early or maybe never even happened, but I got to try.
I'm still thinking here, guys. Sorry, I'm working a little slow.
Would you
Don't
say
you
your big
worry.
wheels are still turning?
And the Proud Mary keeps on burning.
Keeps on burning.
Well, no, that's for after. We would not let you burn the Proud Mary before you did these games.
Oh, good point.
I'm gonna be done.
That made me
I,
better.
I wrote a catcher that I'm not even sure is like active.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar boat here.
No, he's definitely active. I just don't know what team he's on.
Yeah, I'm not certain he's in the National League.
Yeah, same. We might have wrote the same catcher.
Oh, okay. Here's this guy. This guy played baseball. I'll put him.
I went with 8 baseball players.
Yeah.
So we have that in common.
Foolish. Who do you have at catcher?
I went Mike Piazza, who I'm not entirely sure was.
He's
in the
a
National
Padre.
League. Yeah.
But he's not an all-star.
I think he's a first baseman at that
I think he's
point?
catching.
Are you still catching?
Yeah.
All
He
right.
had like a solid year in 06.
All right, Ryan. Who do you have?
I don't think this is right, but I went with Jason Kendall.
Jason Kendall.
Oh,
That's a
great
fun
player.
name. Shelfy, who do you have?
I want to say this is the very beginning of the Yadier Molina train, but I could be wrong.
Ooh.
We've got 3 zeros here. The correct answer, this was the Paul LaDuca year.
Here.
Yeah.
Right before the Mets
The other catcher on the
Started
roster was Brian McCann.
Oh, yeah, he was nasty that year.
Moving on to first base, a lot of guys it could have been.
Lot of guys.
Shelfy, including your team, they had an MVP that season. Did you write him down?
The MVP winner didn't start in that All-Star game because I don't think he started in any All-Star game because Albert Pujols was in the National League.
All righty, Ryan, who do you have?
I went with Pujols.
I went with Pujols.
You guys are all correct. Albert Pujols was the starting first baseman.
Howard didn't even make the roster sometimes because Fielder would be the backup.
Yeah.
Howard is on the roster that year. It's funny, the NL first baseman, it's Pujols, Howard, Lance Berkman, and I guess he became a first baseman at this point in his career. Nomar Garcia Parra
Berkman's listed as a first baseman?
is listed as a first baseman. He is a backup first baseman.
Well, yeah.
Definitely didn't have him as a starting outfielder.
Well, that's a good thing then, because he's not a starting outfielder.
Okay.
While we're on the topic of your team, who do you have at second base?
Chase Utley.
Shelf?
I think Chase posts like an 8-2 WAR this year. I don't know if he's an All-Star, but I did write him.
Okay. Foolish.
Actually went Ugla again.
Hugla
Could be
again.
Ugla.
I think that's early.
Unfortunately, it is not Ugla. I think that was like 08. I remember him making some errors in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
The correct starter is Chase
Nice.
Utley.
Nice. Big.
This was that 3-year peak.
Bailey, coming back to you for the shortstop.
I went Jose Reyes.
Jose-
I was torn between a couple, but I went Jose Reyes here.
Jose Reyes is a good guess. What about you, Rye?
I kept the double play tandem up the middle and went with Rollins.
Rollins makes sense to me.
I feel like Rollins was the same thing as Howard. I feel like he never started. It was either Jose Reyes or I think Rafael Furcal. I said Reyes, but I think Rafael Furcal.
Funny enough, it's Edgar Renteria.
Edgar Renteria year. Okay.
Cardinals?
Yes, Cardinals Renteria. Reyes is on the roster, as well as David Eckstein is another shortstop on the roster.
I almost wrote him jokingly. But
That would have been sick.
Backup.
Yeah.
Not a bad guess.
That's my favorite player.
For the record, foolish. Ugla was the only other second baseman on the roster. So a good guess. Moving on to third base. Shelfy, tell me who you got.
This is a dart. Alexi Ramirez.
Alexi. I don't know
He's a
if he was a
shortstop.
primary third baseman at any point.
He's also an American League.
Put him in the lineup. Hey, he was really good with the Cubs for a couple of years.
You're thinking of someone else.
Aramis Ramirez. I'm sorry.
Aramis.
Aramis
Yeah.
Ramirez. Did I say the
Yeah.
wrong name?
Yeah.
Aramis
Yeah.
Ramirez.
That makes
That makes
so
Oh my gosh.
much more sense.
My brain and mouth were not on the same page
No.
there.
Aramis Ramirez, great guess. Alexi Ramirez, not so great guess.
No.
All right.
Sorry.
Bailey, who do you got?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm skipping you over.
Okay.
Not good on my years here, but I just went Miggy.
Miggy, logical. Ryan, who do we got?
Big wheels keep on turning. Proud Mary loves Scott rolling. Scott rolling.
It's most likely.
Scott rolling.
Rolling
On a river.
You're all wrong.
I wanted that
Damn
so
it.
bad.
We had
I sang a song.
Is it
I
David
know,
Wright?
that was really good. We have a repeat of the last one. It's David Wright.
Yeah.
Again.
That's who I thought it
The
was.
2006 Mets were awesome.
Yep.
And he was a huge part of it.
Is Rolling on the team?
I also would have expected Reyes to start for that same reason. Roland was on the team. The backups are Miguel Cabrera, third baseman.
Last
Scott
year in
Rowland,
Miami?
third baseman. And then Freddie Sanchez is the
Nice.
other
Was
third
that his batting
baseman.
title year?
I would guess.
I thought he was at second.
Yeah, I thought he was second baseman.
This game sucks because I fade my answers sometimes because I need threes.
I mean, you got to get the right answer.
Got to get one.
But like when I'm semi-torn, I'm like, I might as well throw the dart.
Okay.
Proud Mary loves Scott Rowland. Like, come
That's
on.
good.
Half a point?
If you weren't up by 10,
yeah.
maybe. Moving on to the outfield. I'm going to start us off with another repeat from the last round. As I mentioned, the 06 Mets were awesome. Because of that, Carlos Beltran got the nod.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
Wow.
Everyone.
Beltran across the board.
Beltran across the board. I believe that's his 46 homer year. Moving on to left field, player who had his best career season.
Oh, I got it wrong.
1 year stop off in Washington. He had a 40-40 season.
Alfonso Soriano.
Got Alfonso
Yeah.
Soriano.
I didn't write him down.
Barry
did not.
Bonds doesn't start
Because,
this game?
again, I had to write a weird name in my outfield hoping for a 3-ball. And I'm assuming Nate McLouth is not on this team.
Nate McLouth is not on this team.
Okay.
Sorry to say.
I had to try.
And then our last outfielder, an interesting one. Speaking of Met greats, this one was on the Pirates at the time. We've got Jason Bay. Anybody with Jason Bay?
Andrew Jones wasn't in this outfield.
He was bad by then.
Backup.
Yeah.
Backup. Who else did you guys have in your
05
outfield?
was his runner-up MVP year.
I went
Lock
Pat.
and change in here.
I went Pat the Bat Burrell.
Pat the Bat. Love that guess.
I stayed with the Bees and went Bonds, Berkman, Beltran.
Interestingly enough, the backups were Andrew Jones, Carlos Lee, and Matt Holliday.
No
Carlos
Bonds?
Lee was so good.
I think that was maybe Bonds was hurt that year.
Maybe he was hurt.
Or no, he was hurt 05.
But he's like God.
Listen, man.
I know they hated him, but like, look at
That's
the
the
numbers.
thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he should have been an all-star. Maybe the people had already turned on him by then. I don't know. I was 9.
What did he do?
Hit a lot of homers.
He hit too many homers.
He had too many homers, and they hated him.
He made it on base 61% of the time in his last full season, and that would have pissed me off. So at the end of our game, our final scores, in third with 8 points, we've got Bailey.
What?
That's tough. There's some bad luck in there.
This was harder
I mean,
than it sounded.
He
Yeah.
dunked on us all day yesterday.
That's true.
Good.
About time. Humble you.
In second place with 13 points, we've got Shelfy. And then 23 point, a 10-point deficit that he just held on to the entire game.
Goat.
Literally just got a 10-point deficit in the first 4 positions.
Yeah.
That helped.
And that was it.
Yeah.
David Eckstein
Front
mentioned
runner over here.
Ryan Cohen.
never going to lose.
Thank you.
Good work, Ryan.
If you want to start clapping.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Everybody comment which ones were the worst misses, which ones were the guys who shouldn't have been starters that year. Tell Foolish he's beautiful, and then Shelfy's got great goggles.
Should I shave my head?
Answer that question too. We'll see you next week.
David Eckstein should have started all of these.